It's like I'm so far away. I had to push my seat up.
I don't see it.
Hmm?
I don't see it. Oh, I know. Move it, your man.
Oh my goodness, that's so good.
Man, I don't see nothing.
You don't?
No.
You live.
Oh, there we go.
Yes, it's going to take a couple of minutes to kick in.
Let the commercial play before you come in the room. We could say that now.
Mm-hmm.
Let the commercial play before you come in the room.
Good morning, everybody. Get my phone now. I can have my phone.
Hey, Monica. Thank you. You see how young and tender I used to be? Now I'm old. I'm still tender though.
Mm-hmm. What are you talking about, the picture?
Mm-hmm. Hey y'all, come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Monica, you can hear us, right? Hey, Winston, put a thumbs up just to make sure y'all can hear us. Well, I could just turn up the volume on my phone, actually.
I'm not sure. We're not showing up in my feed yet.
Cool video. Oh, you gotta come out here. It never shows up there for some reason when you use StreamYard. You gotta go to a different one. Oh, thank you, Monica. That's when I was young and tender and cutesy and looked like I was innocent, and he was taking, and that man right there was taking advantage of that man right there. Hey, Tracy.
You're going to stop lying.
Hey, blogs and fiction. Yes, that man right there looks like he's taking total advantage of that innocent little light-skinned boy right there. And he still is. 20 years later.
For real, that's what we're going to do today.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we're going to do it today.
Because, see, that was the night that I decided that I needed to know what we were to each other. Because as you see, you can see the love in his eye. Now, I don't know what's in that eye, but I know what's in that eye. No, actually, was it that night? We created a scandal at work. Monica said Tremel.
You lying early this morning.
Thank you, blog. Tremel, when we got back together, Tremel didn't even know I still had this picture. He didn't know I still had it. So, and I told him I still had a picture of him. And he was like, no, you don't. No, you don't. I went right and pulled it right out. I knew exactly where it was. And he was shocked.
He did that. Because I sure didn't think that picture existed. And you know what? I lost my pictures that we took that night. And that's the only nicest pictures that we ever took.
That's the only one. I have that one, and then I have the one me and Omar took.
Because remember, they took professional pictures of us that night. Because this was the night of our Christmas party at work. I lost that picture.
I didn't have the professional. I don't know what I did with the professional one, but I always kept this one for me. Hey, Omar. Monica said, we still love you, Tremel. Hey, Leo.
Whatever, Monica. Whatever. I thought I was your brother. I thought I was the big brother.
Well, you are the big brother. But me and
from
Monica,
the Book of Lies.
We
from the Book of Lies.
Special
oh, whatever. You Aries people, y'all all alike. Just using your powers for evil and just splatting all over people and just leaving it just
because
everywhere.
We're Aries.
You're what?
Because we're Aries.
I'm ready to.
All right, y'all. So,
oh my God! Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Coffee with the Kings.
We wanted y'all to see, because you know a lot of people hear our story. Some of them be like, "Sounds too fairy tale-ish."
Mm-hmm.
We always pull out the picture and show people that you can clearly see both of us are young little bucks in this picture.
Yeah.
So the proof is in the picture.
That was like, oh my God! I was what, 32?
I was only 20, 29, 30. I wasn't older than 30. Yeah. So between 28 and 29. Well, 28
you're 3 years younger than me.
Right, I was between 28 and 30.
You was 30.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was.
Yeah. Well, no, you had just turned. You was 29. You was 29.
I was 29 because that was in October.
Yeah. My birthday I had just turned 32.
You had just had your birthday.
Yeah, I had just turned 32. Yeah, so I was a cute little almondy looking thing, wasn't I? Just chocolate and just almondsy all over.
And you know what I like about this picture?
What?
That 20 some odd years later, you and I still look at each other like we look at each other.
You think I still look like that?
I didn't say we look like that. I said we look at each other. Meaning the look in our eyes, just standing there with each other. We have that same look that we had back then.
Yes, I have the nice smile, and then you have the look of shade.
I have the look
of just says shade.
No, I have the look of this is my man, you bitches, and back off. But I tell you, he was a mess back then, baby.
Oh,
he was a mess.
I was not a mess, y'all. I don't know where he gets this from. That I was a mess. Why you keep telling people that?
Because you was a mess.
I was not. What was I doing that was so messy?
Child, that night, I had to walk in between him and some boy talking, put my finger in the boy's face, and
here we go.
Who is this? And he was like, I said, no, Joseph, nothing. Who is this?
A co-worker.
Are you in his face so long? I ain't never seen him work there. It was some strange boy that came with somebody. Oh, I remember.
Who was this person that you keep talking about?
Always
that's just like the Moet
don't happen. He always act like these things don't happen. He has selective memory of it.
It's a damn shame the way my husband just comes up with these things or just like has these imaginations.
You know who told me to go over there? Your girl.
Who?
Stephanie was like, Joseph, what's going on in the corner? Tremel been over there with that boy.
I don't know why.
That's how I knew, because I wasn't even paying you.
I don't know why.
You know Stephanie always stirring stuff up between me and you.
Oh my God. I don't understand.
That's how I know the person didn't work for the company, because she knew he didn't work for the company and told me. Tremel been in that corner.
Joseph ain't never called me up in nobody's face.
She said, Joseph,
you ain't never seen him in nobody's
face. She said, Joseph, what's going on in that corner over there? Tremel been over there a little too long. And I said, what corner? I didn't even pay it no mind. I was like, what corner? Where? And she said, right there.
I was probably running my mouth
I walked
talking.
Right over there in between them while you was talking to him.
But yeah, I was talking. It wasn't really, I mean, I'm pretty sure it wasn't nothing.
Get your dog before he has unplugged.
If he unplugged, Medina, if Jomel unplugged this computer,
Harriet, you really gonna have
I'm going to put him in a box
for the day,
and I'm going to send him to you. Jomel, come from over there. You little demon seed.
Sit down.
Sit. And behave.
All right, y'all. So we're going to talk about today. Y'all followed Monica and Warston and saw what they talked about.
But let me I wanted to start off talking about yesterday.
Yeah, from the comments, everybody liked you yesterday.
What we celebrated yesterday.
Juneteenth.
We celebrated Juneteenth yesterday, but also, guys, remember, also, yesterday marked the 100th year anniversary of the Black Wall Street Massacre. For those of you that do not know what the Black Wall Street Massacre was, it was in Tulsa, Oklahoma, there was this street, and there was nothing but Black businesses and I mean, like black banks, financial institutions, black businesses, and they were flourishing in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And a group of mad white people got together and they killed over 300 people that day. And they burnt down the whole, street. I mean, they burnt up all the businesses and so on and everything. And these people, these black people were so in fear for their lives that they never spoke of it again. And so that's why you know, a lot of us are just now hearing what Black Wall Street was, because it was so hidden. It was so, you know, it was just something that was just not talked about, especially in Tulsa, Oklahoma. But they recently, just a couple of months ago, they did some excavation there and found where these white people that had massacred all these black people had buried all these bodies in mass graves, all down this street. It was kind of like Rosewood. If you guys don't know nothing about Rosewood, Rosewood was another story, another untold story that was untold for a long time. Of course, until the movie came out, a lot of people didn't know about Rosewood and what happened in Rosewood. A lot of people didn't know that there were still survivors of Rosewood. I don't know if there's still any survivors from the Black Wall Street massacre, but yeah, even with Juneteenth, when you talk about Juneteenth as well, Juneteenth commemorates the freedom of black slaves. When Abraham Lincoln, you know, announced the Emancipation Proclamation, and he freed all the slaves. And you know, I was watching this documentary yesterday, and I was looking at how you know, back then the slaves, although they were free, there was a massacre then. You know, this day is kind of like bittersweet. I mean, you know, Juneteenth is kind of like bittersweet for us as black people, because you know, although we gained our freedom, we were still massacred and lynched. People, like black people, were lynched all over. And then there were some black people that were so in fear at that time that freedom didn't mean anything to them, because the master told them, you know, I don't care if you know, the slaves are free, you're still going to work for me. And you know, back then we didn't have no protection. We didn't have, the police didn't protect us. We couldn't call the police and police protect us or anything like that. And so, you know, there were people that, although slavery was abolished, were still working and living as slaves. A lot of the masters didn't tell their slaves that slavery had been abolished until the next harvest had come. It was a host of so many different things that happened at that time. You know, that's why, you know, when I look at these documentaries and I look back on our history and stuff like that and see how we were treated back then and we are treated now, you know, the climate today seems like being black is a crime. You know, being black is a crime, especially amongst black men. And I don't want to disregard women either, because there have been many women that have died in the struggle, that have their lives have been sacrificed in the struggle just recently, you know. Yeah. We as black people, the one great thing that I like and that I'm very proud of is that we're starting to get our bearings, and we're starting to just not tolerate it anymore. We're just not going to tolerate it anymore. You know, they had to cancel yesterday's. Well, they didn't cancel it. Our number 45 decided, you know, that he would postpone his rally, which was supposed to take place yesterday, and postpone it till today, so that the number 45 will be having a rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma today. And by the way, he's making everybody sign. You know, people that are attending the rally today will have to sign a disclaimer saying that they will not sue if they should happen to catch the COVID-19 virus. Also, there will be hand sanitizer and mask available at the door when they go to this rally. However, wearing it is not a requirement. Wearing your mask on the inside of this closed-in arena is not a requirement. So, what you think about that?
Let them all go down.
Well, that's just the way it is. Donald Trump has also threatened the protesters that, if they should start any trouble today, they will be met with a force to be reckoned with. Now, what he has up his sleeve, I don't know. But guys, let's keep those protesters and those people in the Democratic Party that are protesting, just keep them in your prayers. Keep everybody in your prayers. Because they're fighting for us, they're fighting for us. But that's all I had to say.
What a wonderful way to start your day.
Yes, I gave everybody a history lesson.
Everything else.
Well, it's part of it's part of our lives. We have to own that, even though, like I said, own the good, bad, and ugly. You gotta own the big, good, bad, and ugly. That's the ugly part of our.
I feel like the millennials someone.
Yeah. What do we mean?
I'm not going to say it because I'm going to upset people. But anyway, hey y'all.
Joseph has been acting real funny, y'all, for the past couple of days. If you guys watch Car Conversations, you'll see he's been acting real funny. I don't understand what's going on here.
Blogger Fiction says she loved the stay woke moments with Tremel.
Thank you so much, Blogger
and he
Fiction.
needs to make a video.
Appreciate it.
See, we coming up with new stuff.
Well, I did do a video
like Joseph rants. I haven't done a rant in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Harriet, who is on here, put you up to a task.
What was that?
About your good side, bad side videos.
What do you mean?
Talking to Jesus.
What task?
You forgot about that?
She
said you should make videos with you talking to Jesus.
Oh yeah, that's in the works. That's in the works. Yes.
Because he got his phone.
Because I talk to the Lord.
I talk to Jesus.
Yeah, I talk to the Lord a lot. I talk to him all day, every day.
I forgot which video was the first video he pulled out his phone and called Jesus.
I don't know which phone. I don't know what video that was. Yeah, but I talk to the Lord a lot. I do. I really talk to the Lord a lot. We're dealing with Aries people, and always being threatened to get beat, as y'all can see from watching Car Conversations. My life is always under threat. My I got to talk to Jesus all the time.
For every action, there's a reaction.
Whatever. APS on speed dial. But anyway, I love my husband. No, guys, it's all in jest. Trust me when I tell you it's all in jest. It really is. I know my husband. All day long. Yeah, we do this all day long.
All day long.
Threaten each other. We threaten to run each other over the
car. He run his mouth too much.
Threaten to push each other down the steps.
I'll sit there and just let him talk and then look at him like he's crazy. And then when he gets tired of me talking, he
has a nickname for me. He calls me, what's my nickname? The Mumbles name?
Mumbles McGraw.
Yeah, he called me Mumbles McGraw. Mumbles McGraw.
Mm-hmm.
He calls me that because he says I'm always mumbling something under my breath. And I'm like, what are you talking about, Joseph? What are you talking about? I didn't say anything. What are you talking about?
He did.
He just imagines these things. I don't know where he gets this I'm mumbling under my breath from. I don't understand that.
Yeah, so Monica and Winston talked about similar stuff today. The one thing that stuck in my spirit was having a spirit of discernment. Because a lot of people don't have that. And then a lot of people want to blame God for their downfall when in actuality it's their own fault. Because they too busy, and my pastor said it best, last Sunday when he was preaching, or the Sunday before last, about how God blesses people, and then they sit back and wonder why they're not blessed, when in actuality they are being blessed, but they're giving their blessings away to everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
That's not having the spirit of discernment. And you know something else that gets on my nerves? Well, I shouldn't say get on my nerves, that I don't agree with, that people say. When they say, God knows what you're going to do, it's impossible. Now, let me tell you why it's impossible. Because if I have a free will, you can't possibly know what I'm going to do until I make a decision to do it. Now, if I come to a crossroads, if you're going to tell me that God knows whether I'm going left or right before I make that decision, then I don't have free will, because I'm doing what he wants me to do.
Right.
Now, once I go left, he knows everything that's going to happen down that left road. Once I go right, he knows everything that's going to happen down that right road. Which way I'm going, it's impossible for him to know if I have a free will, because it's my choice. If he knows I'm going to go right, then guess what? I don't have a choice, because that's just what I'm going to do, because that's what he said I'm going to do, because he's basically willing me to go right. Whenever you have a choice, people can't know what you're going to do. That's my point. But a lot of people sit and say, oh, I know what you're going to do. You don't know what I'm going to do until I do it. And once I do it, you may have thought I was going to do what I did, but you don't know what I'm going to do until I do it. Because even if I'm sitting there thinking, you know what, I'm going to turn this bitch out today. Because I've done it. I have sat and plotted against people and said, as soon as I see that bitch, I'm going to get him. And if I did what the Bible told me, I would have got him. But when I got there, something said, don't do this today. Mm-hmm. Rethink this, reevaluate this. Now, if you ask the person, they was waiting. They was ready, because they knew I was coming to get them. But when I didn't get them, they didn't know what to do at that point. Because you have a free will. And at any given point, you can change your mind. Like Wendy Williams said, I'm grown. I could change my mind whenever I want. Right. And people use that as an excuse to do things and be bad and be mean. Well, I thought it, I might as well do it. No, you don't have to do that. Right. And I'm a good example. I will sit and tell my sister, girl, when I see so-and-so, I'm telling you now, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And I'm telling you now, just be prepared to get up and leave, because I'm telling you, we going to have to go. And as soon as I get there, I'm like, hey, because something just said, think about what you're doing. Don't do this. Or wait. This ain't the opportune time to do what you want to do. And people miss that part. When you have a free will, it's your will. And at some point, now don't get me wrong, I could step in. Like I said, I was plotting and planning. You think I don't think that it was God that was saying, don't do this. You need to rethink this. Maybe not today. But he wouldn't have had to do that if he already knew I wasn't going to do it. You see what I'm saying? God don't have to put roadblocks in your way to stop you from doing something if he knows that you're not going to do it anyway. Mm-hmm. So that's like the double talk people use that boggles my mind, because like I told y'all, I grew up in church. I listen. Like people hear me, my sister, my cousins and them, because they think I don't pay attention, because I was that little kid when my grandmother say, like my grandmother was just, when y'all watch Anita's live, that was my grandmother when I was a little kid. And I used to sit there and I used to huff and puff. And I used to be like, would you hurry up? I don't want to hear this. I'm tired of this. I want to go play. And my cousins and them would get, of course, my grandmother popped me in the mouth, done whipped me, and I'm still sitting there mad, like, and you still going. And I'm screaming at the top of my lungs because she done beat me. And my sisters and them and my cousins are like, Joe, shut up. The longer you carry on, the longer she gonna keep us here.
You was just an unruly little child.
No, because but what people don't understand is I'm not a person that, like, I listened to everything she said. I heard what she was saying. I just because I seemed uninterested, and Tramel can tell you, he will talk to me and I will seem so uninterested, but I hear everything he says.
Because I'll be ready to do many things.
My sister has had conversations with me and tell me, I know you're not listening, Joe, but blah, 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 blah. I'll come back to her 2 days later and say, I heard everything you said and you were absolutely right. And they'd be shocked because I was sitting and you would think I'm not interested. I'm not paying you no mind and you talking to me for no reason, but I hear everything you said and I will pick it apart in my brain until I make it make sense. And the one thing, there's a few things that didn't make sense to me with the Bible. One was the free will thing, because if I have free will, God doesn't have to put blockage in my path to stop me from doing things he don't want me to do, because guess what? He already knew I wasn't going to do it. So that's why that didn't make sense to me. You don't have to block me if you know I'm not going to do it. And I know he has blocked me, because believe me, if it was up to me, child, I'd probably be in jail somewhere for murder, assault.
Your child, I'll be done having death penalty.
Because the things that when people hurt me and make me mad that I want to do to them to get them back, ain't nothing but God that done sat there and said, now, child.
I done drove to the gas station plenty of times.
Think about what you're about to do.
My gas can.
You can't make them play Run Out of the Burning House. So that's that.
You ain't gonna have no time to run out the burning house if it was up to me.
Well, no, I mean, when I say run out the burning house, it's because in my mind, well, I'm not going to say that on here because I might give somebody an idea, child. And I don't want to
give nobody no ideas.
But I'll tell you offline. But no, because people, I like things that make sense to me. And if something don't make sense, there's no way you can convince me to believe it. There's no way you can convince me.
If it doesn't make sense, then it's not true.
Right. It just, if it don't make sense to me, I'm not going to believe it just because you tell me it's true. And that's what my grandmother used to do. I used to question her a lot. And because it was questions that honestly I've asked preachers and they too couldn't even answer, she would just that's just the way it is because God said. And I'm like, no, that doesn't work for me. I need to know why. I've always been that little kid. If you tell me don't go outside, why? Because it's raining. Why is it raining? Because that's what happens. Well, why does that happen? I'm that little kid that's going to ask you why until I get the last why. And it wasn't that I was being smart ass. It was because I wanted to know. Even as an adult, I have a quest for knowledge. And if something doesn't make sense to me, I'm going to keep asking why and figuring out why and go search it until I find the right answer. Because I don't have to listen to you. If you tell me something that it don't sound right to me, then I'm just not going to believe you until I research it and find out that that's why a rainbow forms in the sky. And say, oh, well, you are right. I looked it up. Oh, you couldn't just, no, I couldn't just believe it because it didn't sound right to me. It sounded like a story. And people just don't, I don't know, people need to research things. People need to get more in tune to people that's around them. And I think that is because people want friends so bad, or people want to be liked so bad, that they just bypass things that they shouldn't bypass with people. And I'm guilty of that. That's why I can say that. I have been in a place, like now, I have 2 of the bestest friends in the world that I have been friends with for 15 years, because I don't need more than that. Now, there are new people in my life that are friends. I'm talking about long-term, lifetime friends. I'm not talking about just friends. I'm talking about long-term, lifetime friends. The rest of them got cut off because I saw what they were about. But at the time, I just wanted them to be my friend. I knew what was going on. Nobody's that, I mean, some people can trick you. Some people can really play a game that you sitting back going, I can't believe I fell for that. Because it's just good. They got game. But other times you sit there and you be like, I knew it. Like Winston said, I knew it. I knew you was going to do that. I know you lying on me. I know you out there talking about me. I know it. But guess what? You want that person to be your friend, or you want to have a friend so bad that you overlook it to let people, you allow people to hurt you. And the biggest thing when me and Tremel got together that I had to get him to understand more, now he gets it, but in the beginning he didn't get it. When I would tell him people can only do to you what you let them do. And he was like, no, because no. And I'm like, Tremel, think about it. They couldn't do none of that to you if you didn't let them. If you stopped them right in the tracks. Now, he ain't even gonna let you blink or breathe at him the wrong way.
Try to see what happens. Try to see
But
what
a lot
happens.
of people
Gag Nation.
A lot of PA surprise around the corner. A lot of people don't realize that we want to blame the person. We want to say, oh, they did me wrong. Oh, they did this. Oh, they did that. But you played a large part in that. You allowed them to do these things to you when at any given point you had the power to stop it. But for whatever reason, maybe at the time you had a low self-esteem. Maybe at the time you didn't have any real friends and this person kind of treated you like a real friend. So you got a little twisted and said, oh, well, I've had friends like that. I've had friends that I knew wasn't my friend, but I sat and said, because I saw their surroundings, I saw the people that was in their circle, and I said, well, you know what? They don't really have no real friends. So I'm going to be a real friend to them and show them what real friendship is like. Child, I got just as turned out as everybody else in their circle.
Mhm.
Probably even more, because I was more of a dummy than the people that wasn't their friend. We can't. I tell people now that I'm sorry, I'm not Captain Save All. I'm not. If I can't help it, you had a bad life. I can't help it that people turned you out. I am not here to rescue you. I'm not Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman. None of them. Let them do that. I'm not doing that no more. And Tramel says I'm mean sometimes because he's like, well, Papa, we should do. I'm like, no, 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 no. Because if my spirit, if it don't rest well in my spirit, if God don't tell me, I told y'all before, if I'm sitting here and all of a sudden blogs come to my mind and I'm cooking this big old meal and the Lord say, you know, call blogs up and invite her over for dinner. And I call her not knowing that she's sitting there with just bread. She ain't got nothing else in her house to eat. And I say, Lord, you want to come over? You and Nick want to come over for dinner? I'm me and Tramel cooking all this food, blah, blah, blah. That's God speaking to me. Mm-hmm. Her getting on the phone and calling me and going, child, all I got is bread. We've been eating bread for 3 days, Joseph, and we just got bread. Okay. Well, maybe if you toast it tonight, it won't taste as bad as just eating it plain. Toast it. Just put it in the oven and toast it. It'll be a little crunchy. It'll be like you got a crouton, and you can just imagine eating a salad with it. Because people will sit and play on your sympathy. When God tells you to do something, God will just tell you to pack up a bag and leave it on somebody's doorstep. And you not even know that they need everything that you put in that bag. Mm-hmm. God will tell you who to help and who not to help. But we get so caught up in sob stories that the good side of us says, well, I'm blessed, let me bless this person. But at the same token, how do you know God don't have them in the spot that they're in trying to teach them a lesson and here you come doing his job? Mm-hmm. Because see, when people put more faith in man than they do God, that's what, and I'm guilty of that. My mama used to give me anything and everything. I can call my mother if she was alive right now and say, Ma, I don't want my car, I want a new car. She would have said, well, go find out how much they'll trade your car in for and go get what you want. That's the kind of woman my mother was. So when she passed away and I had to realize, oh, bitch, you got to fend for yourself. You can't make a phone call no more when you can't pay your electric bill or you can't put gas in your car or you want an extra $100 just to have an extra $100 and get on the phone and say, Mommy, I want. Because all my faith while my mother was alive was in her. It wasn't in God. It was in her. So when she died, guess what I had to learn to do? Lord, I don't know how I'm going to pay this bill this week, but I ain't asking nobody for no money. I don't know what you're going to do, but either keep my lights on, Jesus, or please. And it's like it turned me all the way around. And my sister says the same thing. We just had this conversation the other day that if it wasn't for my mother passing away, both of us would not have the faith we have right now in God because my mother, I asked. My sister didn't even have to ask. My mother took me to the store and said, I used her car when mine was broke. I'm buying her a brand new car. Help me come pick it. That's the type of woman my mother was. And it's like, but she did that for too many people. She did that for a lot of wrong people. So what that also showed me when she died was people will be around you because you giving. And when the giving stops, they're nowhere to be found. And you know, me and my sister, we like she thought I was mad because I wanted people around us when my mother died. And honestly, I didn't. I don't care. I'm not a people person like that. For me, it was for her. And she didn't care either. As long as we was with each other, we really didn't care about people. But for me, with all the people that my mother helped, for nobody to come by the house and bring us food, nobody call and say, "Are you okay?" The one person, the day when we had to go look at my mother in the casket and make sure everything was okay, we forgot to eat. We fed the baby, but we forgot to eat. Her husband came home and we told him we didn't eat nothing. He was like, "Oh, well, we just won't eat." The phone rang. And see, this is what I'm talking about when I say how God will do something. The phone rang, and it was my grandmother's friend. And my grandmother had been gone for years, but she knew my mom too, and me and Tracy. She called Tracy and said, "The Lord put on my heart to bring y'all a pizza and a soda. I'm going to buy y'all a pepperoni pizza and what kind of soda?" My sister's in tears, trying to hold them back. And I'm sitting there in total, utter shock. Like, I don't believe God did this in little seconds. This woman called us. When we realized we didn't have no food, she called us in seconds and said, "God told me to bring y'all a pizza, and I'm bringing y'all a pizza." Child, we got that pizza, and we acted like that pizza was steak and potatoes, honey. Because me and my sister didn't eat all day. We really didn't, because it was too much. We were like two little kids walking to a coffin, holding each other's hand, because neither one of us wanted to really see what was in there. And then we got up there, and then it was a whole different story, because we didn't know what to expect. So we get up there, and my sister said, "Oh, no. My mother don't wear her makeup like this. I've been doing her hair for 17 years. Somebody got to give me something." And I was like, "Oh, no, honey. I've been dressing my mother since I was 12. I said, "Child, she wouldn't be caught dead with nothing buttoned up to the neck, honey. And she is dead. We need to open that up." The lady looked at me and said, "Are you family?" I said, "Of course, girl." She said, "Because most men that say they've been dressing their mother since they was 12. I said, "Yes, honey." I said, "I kept my mother done from when I was 12 up until now." I was like, I had to give her a sense of style. I said, because my mother used to be a little homely church woman dresser. I said, and then when I got old enough to say, don't buy that. Don't buy that. So it was, but that's the example that I give you. We didn't call nobody. We didn't ask nobody for nothing that day. All three of us, me, her husband, the baby had food, but me, her husband, and her was going to sit there starving, hungry. We didn't have to call nobody. Somebody called us. That's the difference between God sending you to do something.
Nothing to eat. I mean,
nobody came to the house, Jamal. It blew me. And that's why I'm so cold when it comes to doing things for people. Because when that happened, and it wasn't about me, because I didn't live there. I was in another state. It was more about, so this is what y'all do to my sister. My mother was dying and couldn't even do nothing. And she forced Tracy to get up and go food shopping for y'all and have y'all doing stuff and making her get up now. And she just had a baby to do stuff for y'all. And y'all can't even come here and bring my sister nothing. And then when they did, the one person that did come came with some powdered donuts, and they had the audacity to say that the food that I was cooking smelled good. I looked at Tracy and said that she gonna get her ass right the fuck up out of here because I ain't feeding the bitch shit. And Tracy was like, "Joe," I said, "Look, you just like your mother. I didn't get that grandma mommy gene, honey. I didn't get that gene. Because see, I treat people the way they treat me. And all of them. And again, it's not about people doing stuff for us. Because honest to God, that was not why I was mad. I was mad because when my mother died, everybody just disappeared. They didn't care. And again, it wasn't about me. I was concerned about my sister because I'm like, well, she's always with my mother. She's always the one. Y'all don't even, half of y'all did, some of them didn't even know I existed. They didn't know what I looked like. They knew my mother had a son, but they never really saw me because I lived in Maryland. So who cares about me? I can handle myself. It was my sister that I was concerned about. But of course, she said the same thing like me. I ain't concerned about these people. I don't care, long as you here. And I'm like, long as you here, we had each other. But it put something in my spirit when it came to people. And for years, I stayed away from people. I didn't want no parts of nobody. I didn't want to be your friend. I didn't want to be nothing because I just felt everybody was fake and phony. And people were only there to get what they could. And once they drained you dry, they had no use for you. And it took me, next month will be what, 10 years my mom been dead? 11 years. No, this is 20, 10 years that my mom's been dead. And it took me about 9 or 10 years. Right. It's what Tracy said. The problem was everybody loved my mother. She took everyone in as her own people. We're grieving. Yeah, they was acting like they were her children. They were coming to me and my sister acting like they were her kids, falling out on us and crying. Tracy's going, okay, and I'm sitting there going, yeah, honey, the bank is closed, bitch. The bank is closed. Because if you even think about calling my sister, because you bitches know better than to call me, because the bank is closed. I had told somebody that at the funeral. She had the audacity to lean over the pews while I'm sitting there. This is how people are. I'm sitting there, she's leaning over tapping me, because you know, everybody called me Joe or Jojo. Jojo, you know, your mother used to buy my mother's medicine. And I said, well, I guess your mother's going to be the next one in the casket because the bank of Becky is closed. Letting her know, don't call Tracy and damn sure don't call me because I ain't got nothing for you, bitch. How do you go? Why I care that my mother brought your medicine and she laid up in the coffin in front of me? Who cares? Who cares? You figure out a new way for your mother to get her medicine. The woman was like 100 years old, so I don't know why she ain't have Medicare to begin with.
So,
Medicare and Medicaid. She should have had both of them. My mother shouldn't have to pay for shit. And then when my sister was telling me the things my mother was doing, oh, I got mad at her. I was like, why didn't you pick up a phone and call me? And she was like, Joe, I started to, but I said, child, the things I found out my mother was doing for people, I was furious. I was furious. And then it made it even worse because I'm like, and these bitches didn't bring you food? For real? You sleeping on the air mattress with your baby and my mother goes to Bed Baths and Beyond and Mattress Warehouse and buy you a whole fucking bed set and you ain't walking the house to bring my sister a fucking apple? Are you kidding me? Like, that's what was infuriating me. Finding out all this stuff my mother was doing for people and how nice she was to people. And when she was dead, nobody thought, let me just take her daughter a 25-cent juice. Nobody thought that. And the one person that thought it came with some motherfucking Intamin's powdered donuts. I mean, it's something. Something is better than nothing. But I'm a person, I'd rather you do nothing for me than to come at me with some cheap off-the-wall shit that I could stand there and read. That's why I tell Tremel, I so wish he would have met my mother when he was alive. I feel like he got cheated out of a mother-in-law. I do, because he would have loved her, and I know she would have loved him. And if she was up and well, believe me, they would have been the best of friends, leaving my ass home, going out in the street shopping. And Tracy would have been right with him, because everybody know I don't like to shop. I go in the store, get what I want. I give him limits. I say, okay, we going in the store. What are you getting? All right, now let's keep it cute. Let's go in and get out. We don't need to walk up and down every hour, see what's in the store.
y'all see how bossy he is?
I hate just walking around the store for no reason. Even if I'm going for clothes or whatever, I'm like, whatever catch my eye, I get it and go. I don't know how people go from store to store to store. Oh, it's cheaper here. I'm going to get it here, and then I'll go back to this. I ain't got time for all that. But who brings powdered donuts? You don't just do it all at that. Vlogs brought powdered donuts and then had the nerve to smell what I was cooking and talk about, oh, that smell good. I said, you going to get your ass out of here because you ain't getting none. Right. And like Tracy said, it's okay because God taught us how to rely completely on him.
Yeah. I'm just learning that.
He don't even know all that. Like, now it's probably making sense to him why I'm so cold to people and why I don't want to do things for people. Not everybody. Because Jamel will tell you, it's not everybody, but it's just, I saw how people did us. And again, it really wasn't, when I got home and my so-called quote-unquote friends, one of my friends knew I took a week off from work. So she went around job, collected enough money, because she called me, she said, well, how much is your rent? I told her what my rent was. She went around the whole job and collected enough for me to have my rent and like $200 extra. My other friend, she called me and she was like, Joe, you sitting home by yourself. I'm going to take you to the movies and don't tell me no. And I was like, but she said, don't tell me no. I'm coming to your house right now. I said, okay, I'll be ready. The other people that should have been there for me, that had been through what I went through, they ain't call me. They ain't pick up a phone. And let me tell you something. The only, you see Tracy and Mommy with a love Jamel. The only people that truly know what you're going through when your mother died is other people who mother died. Because it used to piss me off when people tell me, I know how you feel. No, bitch, you can pick up the phone and you can call your mother. I called my mother every day on my way to work. So every day on my way to work, I was reminded that I can't do that no more. And it's like, I thought about that too. It wasn't just my sister. It was when I got home, I'm like, nobody's calling me, nobody. I was even mad at my best friend until he picked up the phone and he was like, I've been wanting to call you, but I didn't know what to say. And I was like, how about hello? I was like, I don't want to talk about this. Because he knew how close I was to my mother. So he didn't even know how to start a conversation with me. But I appreciate the fact that he picked up the phone and said, I wanted to call you, but I didn't know what to say. And once I said, say hello, I don't want to talk about this, we had a conversation like we normally do. Sitting there laughing and joking and having a good time. And it was what it was. But I appreciate that because it lets me know, okay, at least you was thinking about me and you just didn't know how to take the first step. I could appreciate that. But for bitches that just sat and pretended like it was what it, then I go back to work. Then they want to act like I'm doing something wrong. Child. And I couldn't stand my supervisor anyway, honey. I was ready to punch that bitch in his face and kick him out the window, honey. And I said, no, Jesus, keep me. And then when he tried to fire me, that was the biggest joke. I said, how you going to fire somebody that already quit? What do you mean? What do you mean, boo? I mean, I already gave HR my letter of resignation. I got a new job. So what you going to do, fire me? Fire me then. Because he was trying to get me on some, the man called, wanted cable. See, this when the rules changed. You wasn't working there. He wanted cable. I took his order. Then he hits me with, and my thing has always been, if you're honest with me, I rolls with you. And he told me, he said, I just had a baby, man. My wife is going to be out of the hospital. We just moved. I really don't have the money to pay when they come. But can I pay on my first bill? I said, sir, yes, because you don't have to do a deposit. You went through fine. You can pay on your first bill, but be aware the first bill is going to be double, it's going to be prorated, and it's going to have your new bill. So you're looking at a first bill of almost maybe as high as $267. He was like, okay, man, no problem. Hung up. That's what he was going to fire me for, because I didn't make the man pay the money when he came out. I said, but if I would not have got the sale, then you would have been telling me the total opposite, that I should have not made him pay because that was a big customer. But you just wanted to fire me. So now that a smack in your face that I quit, what you gonna do now, honey? So he didn't believe me. He got up and he went to the manager, and the manager's birthday was the day after mine. And he was already in there when he had wrote me up. And so, because he pulled me to the side, he said, thank you. I said, for what? He said, because my birthday is the day after yours. I knew you wanted to jump up from there, snatch him by his throat and punch him in the face. I said, I was going to. I said, but I said, that's why I looked at him and said, are you done? And when he said yes, I signed a little paper, threw it at him across the desk, and walked out of the room.
That was not nice.
No, come on, Trell. You know, I just came back from my mother died. When his brother died, oh, child, he was walking around the office crying like a little bitch. My mother died. You gonna tell me I have an attitude, so you gonna write me up and put me on the final? Really? Where they do that at? I think most people would be a little bit more affected from their mother dying than their brother dying. Yeah, I mean, it's a big difference. Death is death, but it's a big difference between your brother and your mama. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna find me another job. I worked here too long to get fired, so let me find me another job and quit. I had another job and I quit a whole month in advance, but the human resources didn't want me to quit. She was like, we can sit down and talk about it. I said, no, because we didn't sit down and talk about when y'all signed off on that write-up he gave me. So it ain't nothing to sit and talk about now. So, you know, that's...
It sounded like he had a vendetta against you or something.
Well, he did, because he was West Indian and I'm gay, so I'm not stupid. But I also let him know I'm not a punk and I would fuck him up if he ever tried it on my time and said the wrong thing to me, that I would break his jaw. And I told him that the day when he found out I quit. Because when he went to Jamal and said he quit, I said, Jamal said, I don't know. Did he tell you he quit? He said, yeah, well, then he quit. Huh? So then he goes to Human Resources and she said, oh, yeah, Joseph quit a month ago. But I told him I wasn't going to say nothing because I don't want him to quit. So I told him just make sure that this is what he wanted to do because he told me he quit because you wrote him up. So he comes back and goes, I thought we were on different levels. I said, bitch, you just tried to fire me. What kind of level was we on? Because, see, I knew you was going to do this. But, bitch, I'm about shock value. I told y'all I shock value. I was waiting for him to try to fire me. So I said, well, how you going to fire somebody that already quit? You would look a little stupid. Then on my last day, he brought me balloons and he brought me a cake. So now you know I was going to perform, honey, because y'all know Joseph. You know I was going to perform. He brought all his cake and balloons, and I went to work, and I sat there. Child. I got to work at 10 o'clock because I work from 10 to 7. I got to work. I walked around half the day. You know he was pissed because I was messing up his numbers. I kept putting myself in idle, walking around all day. And he knew what I was doing. It was so bad when the other supervisor said, boy, I would have sent your ass home a long time ago because I wouldn't let you mess up my numbers like that. I said, oh, he's going to learn today. 3 o'clock came. I logged right out the phone and said, goodbye, everyone. And he was like, where do you think you're going? I said, bitch, I'm going home. I don't work here no more. Bye, bitch. So I left everything on my desk. He was like, you're not going to take the cake and balloons? I said, is that what you really want me to do, Ronnie? You don't want me to do that. So he said, I bought them for you. I said, okay. I told all my friends, I said, bitch, look out the window. Because it was like on the first floor, like at Broadway. I got outside. I let the balloons go. I threw the cake in the middle of the parking lot face down and jumped up and clicked my heels and walked to my car. I could hear all of them on the inside busting out laughing. And then my phone started ringing. They said, Joseph, you are a fool. Do you know he is in here heated? I said, good, let him be heated. Let him be heated. I didn't ask him to do nothing for me. You tried to fire me and you got your wish because now I'm going, so deal with it. And every time you walk in that parking lot today and see that cake in the middle of the parking lot, you can realize what you did. See, that's what I mean when I say tell people. I wasn't going to sit there and pretend like I was okay with the situation. I have been on that job for 12 years. I shouldn't have had to quit my job because you had a problem with me being sympathetic to people because my mother died and I realized there's more important things in this world than cable and making somebody pay a bill at that moment in my life.
But why he buy you balloons and a cake if he didn't like?
Because he wanted to make it look good. But see, I ain't about making it look good, bitch. You tried to fire me and you know you don't like me, so we not gonna sit here and play these games.
And side note, y'all, let me tell y'all something. The next time you get on the phone and you talk to a customer service representative, just try to be a little gentle. I mean, I understand that, you know, sometimes we call these places and we may be going through something, but just know that they're doing their job.
Put up Tracy's comment.
What?
Wait, put up Tracy's comment. Oh my God, you always have to make a dramatic exit. Yes, my sister know me, honey. I always, if I'm mad, I'm making a dramatic exit.
That's a darn shame.
I'm not just
That
leaving.
wasn't an easy job.
I'm not
Being a
just
customer
leaving.
service
I'm
representative
leaving.
is not an easy job. That's not an easy job. You know, me and both of us, we did that. I mean, I worked in customer service for over 40 years, but
no, and it's like,
it's not an easy job.
Honestly, before my mother died, I was like, you gotta pay your bill. You gotta pay your bill. You gotta pay your bill. Well, no, I can't turn it on. You gotta pay your bill. Whether you told me the truth or not. But when she died, I'm not arguing with somebody. I'm not. The lady told me her daughter was sick. She had some kind of disease and she had to buy medicine. That was like $400. She promised me I'll pay it next month. I said, okay, this is my extension. Make sure you call me or I'll call you. She said, no, please, there's a lot going on with my daughter. Call me on this day next month. I said, okay, that's why I got written up.
You know, I never had no problems like that.
Oh no, but
when I was working there,
that's because when you was working there, we could do stuff like that. But towards the end, when they became,
I never had a problem. Like, you know, like people would tell me that they would fire people. I saw people get fired for giving out free installation and stuff like. I never had a problem like that. Never, you know, I never had a problem like that. With like my supervisors, never, ever. I guess because I was good in sales. That's why, and I was on the retention team, so. Wasn't you on a retention team?
No, I was on sales when I moved.
Oh, okay.
And I could do retention, but they separated everybody.
Oh, okay.
They started.
Yeah, see, I was
sales, retention. So even if sales got a retention goal, they couldn't handle it no more. They had to send it to retention. And if retention got a sales goal, they couldn't install. They had to send it to sales. So because I was sales, because you know, I keep telling y'all, I can convince an Eskimo to buy ice. They, you know, it's like, oh, that job.
You had a tolerance for that today, like you know, like you know me, Joseph. I've been looking into like working at home and doing it at home. And
I was doing it up until my kidney problems. I was doing it. When I went to Georgia, I switched from the call center to the store, which was a little better because people tend not to try you as much in your face. And then when I left there, I started doing it from home with Assurian. But by then, it was wearing me out being on the phone with people and listening to people curse me out and mad at me because they can't afford to buy a new phone or they didn't pay their bill, so they can't bill a phone to the account. It's certain things. It's like,
see, I think if the pay was good, I could probably do it again today. I mean, although I have not done customer service in 10 years.
If you mad at me because of the company or something the company did, I'll sit there and let you curse me out all day. But when you curse me out because you didn't pay your bill and you can't pay your bill, and how does that become my problem?
Yes.
That's not
Customer 101. I'm telling you guys, this Customer 101. Customer 101. The nicest that you are to a customer service rep, I don't care what the issue is. The nicest you are to them, the more they're going to do for you.
You know what? I'll give y'all a little secret. Okay, I'm going to give y'all a little secret. Even if the customer service pushes your buttons, always take the survey.
Yes, take the survey. Yes.
Because most companies, if you don't give them hundreds all the way across, the supervisor that you were sitting there begging them for, and they kept telling you no, is actually going to call you back and ask you what that person did that was so horrible. Why you gave them a 0 instead of a 9 or a 10. And at that point, you can unleash all your frustration because they're going to listen to the call before they call you back. And if you're on the phone yelling and screaming and cursing somebody out, they're not going to try to give you or help you. None of them, the customer service rep or the supervisor. But if the supervisor hears that you're being as sweet as pie and the rep is like, no, I'm not doing that. Nope, I don't know what to tell you. Nope, my supervisor ain't available. Nope. When they call you back, I know you. I apologize for my representative. Can you tell me what's going on so that maybe I can help you? Oh, you want a new phone and you're not eligible for an upgrade? Let me see what I can do. What kind of phone did you want? It'll be in the mail. Trust me. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But see, when y'all get on the phone, see me now, because I know I start with them, I say, listen, I used to do what you do. So before we get off on the wrong foot, let's get on the right foot.
See, I don't even do all that.
Because when they start with the okie doke, because some of them give me the okie doke, and I'm like, see, this is why I told you I did what you did. But you still want to act stupid, like I don't know what's going on. So what I need is a supervisor. I don't want your girlfriend next to you. I don't want your girlfriend behind you. I want a real supervisor whose tag says they're a supervisor or manager. I don't want none of your little girlfriends sitting around you in the circle.
Yeah, because we used to do that too. They used to be like,
I want
to speak to a supervisor.
You could be talking
like,
to
Tremel, take this call, please.
And you say you want a supervisor, and Tremel be like, oh, sir, there's none available. All right, what now? Okay, hold on, Joseph, take this call. Thank you for calling Comcast. My name is Joseph. How can I help you today? Are you a supervisor? Yes, I am. How can I help you?
That's it. But see, y'all don't. They don't understand.
I know the blues that you just gave him. You really think I'm going to try to help you now?
Yeah,
because we sat next to each other. You really think I'm going to try to help?
Especially if the rep told you, like if I tell Joseph, this person on the phone, I'm ready to go to their house.
Hey, Aaron.
I'm ready to go to their house and set it on fire. I mean, but you know what people don't understand about customer service representative. You really want to make a customer service representative mad? Say you want to speak to a supervisor, and or continue to talk to them. Talk to them for a long time, because talk time will mess up stats like you would not believe.
Matter of fact, Aaron, my friend that just popped in here, we used to live together in Georgia, and he used to hear me on the phone working from home, and he would tell me, I don't know how you're doing that. Mind you, I'm working, and he in the background mixing drinks, talking about, you want a drink? I'm like, I ain't supposed to be drinking while I'm on the phone. Here, just take a sip. You need it. They getting on your nerves. Hey, Renee.
But that was a fun job.
Hey, Crystal.
But you know what, Joseph, getting back to what you were talking about, that's how it normally happens. You give people an inch, they take a mile. Or, the same thing I was talking about with church yesterday with, the mental abuse that we inflict on ourselves as far as, and that, I don't know how I got off this subject, but one of my biggest things now is, why continue to be a part of something that don't want to be a part of you? Why? Why do we? Why does do we put ourselves in these positions where we just want to have a friend so bad, or we want to be part of a clique so bad that we'll sit there and we will endure.
Well, that's like, I don't understand
just the bull.
I don't understand people that are told to leave an establishment or don't come back because they're gay, they're black, whatever, and they fight to be in there.
Oh, not me.
Like, I don't want to be somewhere where people don't want me, period. And I get it. It's the principle of the thing. I get it. It's the
not me.
See, it's not that I don't understand. I understand because it's the principle of the thing. But at the same token, why? So now that they let you in, now that you did this fight, are you really going to sit there? Do you really trust them to cook you food?
Mm-mm.
Do you really trust them to give you a drink? Do you really trust them to really care about what happens to you in this establishment? Like, that's the part I don't get. And I know if people didn't do that, then change would have never come. But I'm not talking about all black people. It'll just be one particular person that they don't want in their establishment, and they will fight. I can walk past and go in. Tremel can walk past and go in. Blogs can walk past and go in. Monica could go in. But they want to stop Wonston. Now all of a sudden, Wonston wants to prove a point. I can get in there. All the rest of them are in there.
I'm not doing all that.
I don't want to be in there.
I'm not doing all that. I'm not doing all that. That's like,
you know how long it took
just recently, what happened just recently when we went to Walgreens. Now, I'll tell y'all a story now. we like Joseph and I, we go to the pharmacy to get our medication. We used to go to Walgreens to get our medication, right? And I kid you not, every single time we went into that Walgreens, because we used to go get our medication together so they knew we were married. Every time we go in that Walgreens, it's an issue. They either don't have our medication ready, or the medication that we came to get don't match what the app says. It's always an issue. One day I just got sick and tired, and that's the one thing. Let me tell you something. I'm that consumer that once you put a bad taste in my mouth for your business, you ain't got to never worry about me coming to your business again. I don't care if you got the best macaroni and cheese, collard greens, fried chicken in the world. You ain't got to worry about me coming to your store, into your store no more. You ain't got to worry about me never. You ain't never even got to worry about me walking past your store no more. That's the consumer I am. I will never go into Walgreens ever again, ever, because of that.
Well, that one.
No. Oh no. You ain't got to worry about me going in there no more.
Oh,
if you ain't going to the drive,
that's why you made me go through the drive-through.
Yes, if you don't go to the drive-through to get your, see, he still get his medication there.
I sent them. No,
all
I told
mine.
them yesterday, don't send my stuff there. Send it to the one up the block.
Oh, okay, yeah, I switched all mine. I switched all my medication.
Oh,
I get my medication at Walmart now.
Same problem as you. They know what they're not supposed to do with my stuff, and they do it anyway. And then I have to sit there 10, 15, 20 minutes while they refill.
And I know people out there say, people out there say, well, you know, they win if you do that. No, they don't. See, what I did was when I got sick and tired of it, and I went in the store and was getting ready to tear the whole store up, I called the corporate office and and filed a complaint. I'm still waiting for the call.
Bloggers like you, I will go on Google Maps and Google search and leave you the review, honey, and leave you a nasty, nasty little review.
Yes, and what people don't understand about that is, I'm so glad you brought that up, Joseph, because people don't understand that the pen is mightier than the sword. People don't understand that. People don't understand.
People don't realize nowadays.
Mightier.
People, like, for example, I always yell at I would tell my sister to do something. And she finally admitted it. I was shocked. She finally admitted it. The other day when she said, I don't listen to you. I don't never listen to nothing you tell me to do. I was like, oh, she finally admitted it. Because she was telling me she was finally glad that for once she listened to something I told her to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I always make fun of her, because if I tell her, oh, go buy this, she will sit on Google, put it in, read reviews. I said, who does research on things like that? Just go buy it because I told you to buy it. No, I gotta do my research.
Well, you do that.
Why did I start? Because of her. Because of her.
Yeah.
Because I start, even like when we
shop on Amazon, we read.
I actually did it if you saw our unboxing. I did it then. I did it. I do it with everything now, because I'm like, you know what, people, some reviews you read and you get that vibe like, okay, she wanted extra chicken and she didn't get it, so now she's just being mean. But when everybody say the same thing, it's like, nah, let me not go here, let me go here. So that's what I do now because of my sister. I will Google stuff. I will do a Google search. I'll read the reviews before I buy it, or look for another one and be like, okay, well, they say I should buy it from this person, but I shouldn't buy it from this person because this person's don't work, but this person's do work. If it wasn't for her, I would have never done. This is what I want. I'm going to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
And, people don't realize that. And Google, when you do a Google search and leave a review, they send you something every month telling you how many people liked your reviews, how many reviews you leave on different establishments and businesses. And like, I've been all over the place. But most of my reviews are good.
A lot of businesses, don't you know a business can file a lawsuit and small claims if they don't feel as though your review was legit or true or fair. They can actually file a small claims and sue you for that.
No,
I mean, that don't stop me from listen. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say.
Well, no, they have to.
What you gonna get? You ain't got nothing. We gonna get a shield.
They can't sue you if it's an opinion.
Right.
Because if I say your food was nasty and horrible and under seasoned, you can't sue me for that because to me it's nasty, horrible, and under seasoned.
Right.
And Tramel may leave a review for the same thing.
Saying
Say it was the best thing. It was seasoned well. Blah 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 blah. I would have to. You have to be in order to be sued. You really gotta slander the place to a degree of slander.
Now I'm at the point I don't want to talk to nobody no more. I will leave a review. I will leave a review because I know that eventually somebody.
Let me tell y'all another secret me and Tramel found out.
Oh yeah, tell them about this, Joseph. Listen,
if you ever want to leave a review and get an answer like that,
Twitter.
Go on Twitter. Tweet it and tag the company.
Go to the corporate. Tag
5 seconds.
5 seconds.
Whoever pissed you off.
Should we tell them the story?
The corporate office will call you.
Should we tell them the story?
We did it with Spectrum. We did it with Sprint. We did it with anybody that pisses. That's how he got somebody called from Walgreens.
Once upon a time, I'm gonna tell this one story. Once upon a time, there was this couple, this cute couple.
But I hope your husband put it there, Medina.
Called the McRae Kingz, right? And so we had our contract on our cell phones had just ended, and we were about to renew our contract. And we were gonna get new cell phones because Joseph and I, we love iPhones. We just iPhone. That's just the only phones that we like. So we were about to get new phones, and we went in the store and we got the new phones. And 2 weeks later,
right below.
2 weeks later, here they come with the brand new iPhones. It just came out. Now here we go. We had just bought the latest iPhone. I was like, Joseph, I don't want this phone. I want that phone. And Joseph was like, well, Tramel, we just renewed our contract. I said, well, that's not fair. I said, it's not fair that we just bought these phones 2 weeks ago, and now we're gonna have to wait another 3 years in order to get new phones. And Joseph was like, well, there's nothing we can do. So something, just the spirit, y'all. See, this I had to talk to God. I said, Lord, just order my steps, Lord. Just order them, Lord. Just tell me what to do in this particular situation. So I made a decision. I said, you know what, Joseph? I'm going to go on Twitter and I'm going to leave a message. And that day, I think the CEO or something like that had tweeted something, and that's what caused that's what caused me to want to leave the message. And I left a message on the CEO of the company. I left a message on his Twitter explaining to him what had just transpired and told him that I was ready to cancel my contract and pay the whatever fees or what have you. I kid you not. It couldn't have been no more than 10 minutes.
It wasn't even that.
It wasn't even 10 minutes. And within 10 minutes, they were like, give me your phone number so we can have somebody from the corporate office call you. Within 24 hours, me and Joseph was walking into a Sprint store.
And some of them be so good, they'll be like, are you home? Can you talk? And you be like, yes, and your phone ringing. You be sitting there, how did this bitch get my number?
Yeah. Less than 24 hours, we was in the store getting brand new phones. No charge, no activation, no nothing.
If you get an injustice, a real injustice, go to Twitter.
Go to Twitter. Take it to Twitter. People don't understand how powerful Twitter is. You would think Facebook or Instagram is really one of these powerful, companies or whatever, but it's not. I'm telling you, Twitter. Twitter is the power. Twitter is. Let me tell you, you got a problem? Take it to Twitter. Take it to Twitter, y'all. I never experienced something like that in my life. This first time.
Well, it ain't cute.
It is not cute. Y'all, Medina, Jomel farted.
I'm looking at him like, did you really just
do that? Y'all see how I was looking at Joseph like, ooh, child.
Right, that's what I'm like. And then I saw Jomel right there. I said, oh, that's who it was.
I'm like, do we need to end this live? Jomel, what you been? Let's see.
You really don't want to know the real shade of what I thought it was.
What?
You know what I really thought it was?
What?
Your breath. I was like, oh, wait a minute. Now I've been sitting here all this time. What the hell did he belch up some shit or something? Cause what the hell? Cause it's like creeped up from the floor slow.
You ain't never.
And I'm like, what the hell? That's why I went like this first. And then I was like, no, it's coming from down there.
I'm about to stab you with this phone, child. You ain't never, Joseph, tell these people you ain't never smelled my breath like that.
I didn't, because I swear I was about to say, we need to go to emergency room.
I was getting ready to stab
I was about to say, we need to go to emergency room because something is dead inside you.
Jomel, are you okay? Is everything okay in there?
But you said it was me.
No, it was Jomel, y'all. It was Jomel. Jomel, you all right? Child, we're gonna have to give you an enema.
What did you eat?
Child.
Was it the French fries? Did the French fries do it?
Child, that's what he get. He ain't got no business eating no damn French fries anyway, Jomel. You ain't got no business eating no French fries. I done told you. Y'all, what y'all don't know is Jomel is the snack master. That's his nickname. We call him the snack master. You know why we call him the snack master? Because we can be eating dinner and like we don't feed him table food. But it's like he be wanting to know, like, what is that y'all eating? So much so that he runs back and forth around.
From person to person. Waiting to see if we drop something
or waiting to see if we're going to get in. Sometimes we like a couple of times we done drop something. And he done got a hold of it. Oh, child, he's just like a kid in a candy store.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's real smart.
When you do give him his little snacks, what he do is he'll take it
and he'll go
put it on the floor and look at you like, okay, I need more.
Right.
Or he'll take it and stash it in his bed and make you think he ate it.
Yeah.
Come back for more. You give him more. He run to his bed, stash it.
Yeah, he got to have a little stash.
And he just keep coming back until you stop giving him treats. And then when you stop giving him the treats, he go to his bed and just lay back and eat them all.
Like he and eat them and like he's snacking, like he was like just having him a jolly good old time.
And the other day I cooked him some liver, so I gave him a piece. He put it on the floor. So I'm looking like, you don't want it? I'm not leaving it on the floor. So when I went to pick it up, he snatched it up and ran away with it. I said, oh, we playing that game. You're not going to eat it because you're going to leave it there to see if I give you another piece. And like he will really gather up his food so that he have a whole lot of it to eat at one time.
And then he likes eggs. He's very particular about his eggs. Like Joseph will make him like fried eggs, and I'll make him scrambled eggs. I just realized he don't like scrambled eggs. He likes his eggs fried.
He like them fried.
Yeah. You all right? Everything all right, Baba?
I got fried him an egg and some liver the other day. Tore it up. And then had the audacity to come looking at me like he wanted my food. I was like, did you share with me? Did you ask me that I want some liver and eggs this morning and a little pro plan? No, you didn't ask me, so I'm not sharing with you.
Y'all ever known a dog that nibble on your ear? He nibbles on your ear like you know, like it's like a sexual thing or something like that.
Yeah, it don't feel sexual to me.
No. I'm just saying that's what he do. He be nibbling on your ear like he nibbles on my ear and like, child. Yeah.
He be biting both my ears. No, you see my earrings are gone because he pulled the back off of one of it. It wasn't in his mouth.
He nibbles on my ear.
It fell on the couch and I don't know where it's at.
But he's been doing it ever since he's a baby. I used to always put him up to my face. Like, I used to always
Medina said Jomel is a genius.
Daddy's baby. Daddy's baby. Why are you looking at him? You want to go over there to him?
No, you didn't hear him puff out air when you said Daddy's baby. He was like,
You was a shade bomb.
No, he putting on a show because he on a live. He putting on a show.
Yeah, he putting on a show.
No, I'm talking about you. That's what he said. That's why he was like,
no, you know what it is? Ever since he got his hair cut, I swear to God, I loved it. The one thing that I wanted whenever we took him to the groomers, remember I told her, I said I wanted her to cut the hair away from his eyes. Because when we first got him, I just noticed that he had the prettiest green eyes. And I swear to God, ever since he came from home from the groomers, I just look at him like, oh my God, he just make my heart melt, don't I? It's like having a whole new dog all over. Well, it is a whole new dog all over again because he looks absolutely nothing like he looked before. So shout out to what's that, Doggy Poos?
I think that's the name of it.
Yeah, Doggy Poos. Shout out to Doggy Poos in Rome, New York. You guys did a great job. You did an excellent job, in spite of somebody telling us that we shouldn't have took them there. But they did a great job. They did a really good job.
All right, y'all.
All right, y'all. We got to go.
Time. I'm hungry.
I got to go pick up a prescription.
I ain't eat all day. Hey, Deborah.
And yeah, we didn't have no breakfast this morning.
No.
We might have breakfast.
I don't know.
I don't know either. But
I hope I don't get sick like I did yesterday.
Guys, make sure you're following us on all social media platforms. Of course, you know all those things will be in the description box.
Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Yes, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And again, we'd like to thank all of you guys for your financial support. We are still we are still getting the studio together. It looks great, and it looks even better now. It looks even better now that we have gotten this new iMac.
Yes, and I don't see myself moving like this.
Yes, yes, we should see ourselves moving like in slow motion, like this.
It used to annoy me, but it was
Yeah,
nothing we could do
it annoyed the hell out of me. So, you know, and guys, we still need your support. We still need your financial support. So please, if you anything that you have to give, we are more than happy of accepting it, and know that every single dollar that you send us goes into the McRae Kingz platform. Also, we are in the process of setting up our Patreon account. For those of you that are interested, I will be doing a DJ class in the Patreon very, very soon, where, you know, we will, I will show you guys how to DJ. I will show you all the cute little tricks and things that you can do with your computer without a turntable, without a DJ controller or nothing, just with a mouse. Just like this. So that's coming soon. So look out for our Patreon. Also, it's been a great week, guys. It's just really been a great week.
Make sure you check out all of the TBT Squad, MJ&J Family Mukbangs. It's me, Wonston. Yes, honey. Let's talk about it with Anita. And of course, us, the McRae Kingz. And followed by 2 o'clock with It's Your Boy Leo.
That's right. And also, guys, let me tell you something. If you have not done it, you need to get over to Blogs and Fiction.
Yes.
Hey, channel. You need to get over to her
Blogs
channel.
and Fiction, as well as Surprise Around the Corner.
Blogs and Fiction. I saw Nick dance yesterday.
He saw the video when he found his cape.
I give you an E for effort. But Nick, I can show you some easy 2 steps where you know it's Nick. You got to remember, it's all in the hips. It's all in the hips, Nick. It's all in the hips. If you know how to you know how to learn how to shake your hips and wind your hips around. Trust me when I tell you.
Cardiac arrest.
I love me some Blogs and Fiction, though. I love me some Blogs and Fiction. I keep on telling y'all just to go over there and look at her. She's just a beautiful piece of eye candy. She really is. She's just a really beautiful piece of eye candy. I'm telling you. And I love her speaking voice. You know, I love her speaking voice.
But actually going to be the moderator.
Oh, is she? Really? Good. I'm glad. Yes. So guys, be looking out for that. We'll be doing another panel this month. So guys, be looking out for that.
Hosted by MJ&J Family Mukbang.
Yes, hosted by them. And with that being said, we are going to get out of here.
Make sure you check out the new merchandise. The link is in the description.
That's right. I'm sorry.
And for all of you that wanted to send stuff for our anniversary and stuff, the PO box is there in the description. If y'all send stuff, as long as it's not edible or can go bad, let me know, because I don't go to that post office box like that. So, you know, it could be sitting there for days, weeks before I decide to go. So it's smart to let me know. What I'll do is I'll try to go at least once a week. That way things don't have to sit there and you don't have to contact me to tell me. I'll just start going once a week. And yeah, that's about it for today.
Yes, that's about it for today.
Make sure you follow all the TBT squad. All their links will be in the description box as well. Again, thank all of you for getting us to over 1K. I believe so.
Okay.
I don't know what time. It's not right after us because he changed his time, and plus we early.
Okay.
This is our time.
Guys, make sure you tune in to Tuba Chat today.
Tuba Chat is today. Watson is doing a runway. I'm not sure what time Watson's runway is. It's either I think it might be 8 o'clock or 6 o'clock. And I know Blogs is doing a celebration today at 7 o'clock for everybody who started her challenge. I'll be on that live at 7 o'clock. I haven't weighed myself this week, but I can tell from my face because I used to look at myself and say, oh my God, my face is a pumpkin. And I can look at my face now and see that it almost looks like this again. So
wait, there's one other person that I wanted to shout out. Continue to talk because I really need to shout out somebody else. This page. Where are they? I'll tell you guys about it again.
I thank everybody that leaves comments, giving me and Tramel love. I'm trying to, hold out for you to find them.
I can't find them.
Thank everybody for the positive comments you guys leave, and we love all of you. Thank you to all the new subscribers. We hope you find your place at the table, at the night's round table.
Yes, and remember, you are a voice in this world, and you deserve to be heard. Always remember to walk in love, peace, sunshine, and all those great and beautiful things. And remember, it's Team McRae.
Oh, damn day.
Talk to you soon.
Later, y'all.
Oh. Jamel says bye too.